Hey. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, Mark. I don't know if you're still here. Looks like you might have already dipped. I hope you do catch it on the replay.
Hey, Tugboat. Hey,
Hey,
Keith.
Tugboat and Keith.
And Dylan.
We got new mics today, so let me know if anything goes wild.
Yes.
But you should be able to hear Ma now.
Blah, 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 blah.
See? Amazing.
Thank you, Tugboat.
Oh, yeah,
It is my birthday.
Today is Ma's happy birthday stream.
Yep. There is a book waiting to be talked about.
We're going back to the well today with the art of comic book inking.
Yay, Dylan. I'm glad you can hear me.
Finished Six Gun Deluxe version 2, volume 2, the other day. There's a very old picture of Tyler in the back. Does it have, I don't remember if they used photos for that or if they used the drawing I did of myself as a minor.
I bet you it's the minor one.
Well, I don't know if the new deluxe editions did that. Oh. The old ones did for sure.
I just tried to roll over my own foot with your chair.
Uh-oh. Is there any other news this week? It's been kind of just a work week.
The original art is still up.
Yeah.
We're planning on getting the new Magic the Gathering cards up by next week.
You have a part of a beard. What does that mean?
Oh, it must be a picture of you with less beard than you have now?
Oh, maybe. Oh my gosh, is it the one when I... I wonder if it's the one that Charlie Chu took of me at San Diego in like 2011.
Or something. Wow.
Yeah, like before I grew a mustache.
Oh.
Just the bottom part. Yeah, my old Lincoln beard.
Thank you, Michael. Hello. Yes.
Michael.
Thank you for the happy birthday. Hi, Ed.
Hey, Ed. How you doing? Yeah, that is a very old picture. I'm a little bit scandalized that they used that.
A little bit regretful.
Well, today I figured I would go back to this and try doing this John Buscema Conan page.
I gotta get in my ED nickname. ED is evidently delightful today.
Nice. Yeah, everyone has a Friday birthday, Keith.
Dylan says, oh no, where's my pronouns post-it, honey?
I don't know.
It was right here.
I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing it.
It was totally there. Now I don't have people's pronouns. I think Dylan's pronoun is he, if my memories serve me correctly. So, Dylan was saying he can hear the disembodied voice clearly. That's me.
Excellent. All right. So this is a Buscema page.
Sal or John?
John Buscema. And Gary Martin, I think this is like one of my least favorite. There's a couple different samples in here. And this is like, I like what he did with the bricks up here. That's nice. But everything else just looks a little bit too, I don't know what, too clean or something. Especially like the background characters, like the lines are just a little too dead for my taste. And then Bill Reinhold did a pretty good job, I think. I like this one a lot. His bricks up here are pretty boring. But I like the black and white balance on this a lot. And the brush work is pretty lively, pretty fun. This by Danny Miki is a little bit over rendered for my taste. Like this guy's like feel like it's just a little overdone.
What do you mean by over rendered?
Like too much detail and shading, and just too many little tiny lines that don't really add to like the forms or anything.
Just for fanciness?
Yeah. I guess it's for fanciness. Also, I hadn't really noticed this. Like the way he inked this hand makes it look really wrong. It makes it look like his forearm is way too long. And then this is a little bit overly simple.
Flat.
I don't know if it's necessarily flat. It's just like, it's too much black, I think. But the line quality is pretty nice. It's just a little bit too black. Too much like thick black shadow, especially like on his face and stuff. So let's see if I do any better. Probably not.
Cooper. Hey, Cooper. Cooper's a big John Buscema fan.
Man, who isn't? That guy is like...
I'm more of a Sal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because of my New Mutants was my intro to comics, and it was Sal's.
Well, I think
run.
John Buscema did... I think even more than Frazetta, I think he did the Conan, the definitive Conan drawings.
Mm-hmm.
Like Frazetta, I think, created the world that Conan lives in. Like before Frazetta, I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you ever look up Conan covers before Frazetta came along, they drew Conan like a Roman centurion.
Oh yeah.
And it was Frazetta who came along and was like, no, he's got like fur underpants and stuff like that.
He's got a fur diaper on.
And we're going to open up some fresh ink. This is newly purchased, never opened.
Emma's on a plane right now. I hope that she's having a safe and enjoyable flight. That it goes as quickly as the time flies by as fast as she's flying right now. And Dylan has a toothache.
Ah.
Oh, sorry, Dylan. I hope you get feeling better soon. Yeah, I agree with Keith. Tooth pain really, really sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, Pippi.
There it is. Yeah, I like that ink. I don't know. I'm getting worried that maybe my ink, because I buy it in these big bottles like this, I worry a little bit that it goes bad before I can use it all. When I'm inking stuff that's just like black and white, I tear through it like crazy. But when I'm doing watercolor stuff, I use it a lot less. Oh, that's the big thing to announce this week.
Yes.
I have a story in one of the new EC horror books that Oni Press is putting out. I did a little 6-pager that is going to come out in August. And I'm really proud of it. It's one of those. It's a story that has been
wrote?
I wrote it. I drew it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's going to color it yet. Actually,
you lettered it.
And the letterer is.
Oh, you're not lettering it.
I'm not lettering it. Starkings.
Want me to look it up?
Yeah, the guy who does Elephant Men and does Comicraft fonts is lettering it. So it's fun. I haven't had someone else letter my work in a long time, and or Yeah, I haven't had anyone letter it or color it in a long time, so I'm really kind of excited to see how it comes together.
John Rochelle?
Hi, Rudak.
Is it John Rochelle?
No, I don't think that's right. Okay. Thanks, Rudak. Everyone loves a thumbs up. Oh yeah, if everyone wants to, give the video a little thumbs up. Hey, Jackie. Happy Friday to you. Richard Starkings, that's the guy.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Michael.
What was I calling him?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember. Yeah. Anyway, to the inking. I think I'm going to start with some of these background guys.
Hey, Rudak. I'm glad you were able to come in and say hi. I hope that you have a wonderful night. Keith asked, what EC series is it a part of?
It is a part of... that's a good question. I can't remember the name. There's a couple... They're doing, I think, 3 different series. And the one that I have a piece in is Epitaphs from the Abyss. It'll be in number 2.
Pippi says Dan Panosian does a good Conan.
He does do a pretty good Conan. He's got one of those vibes. Like he, I don't know anything about Dan actually. I've never met him or anything, but I always get the impression that he's a really big fan of, Jesus, what's that guy's name? Guy who drew for Mad Magazine for years, an EC Comics guy. It's so embarrassing how I forget names.
I've never been great at names. Faces, I'm good at.
Jack Davis. Thank you, Edie. Exactamundo. So Dan has like a real Jack Davis vibe to me, the way his lines work.
Keith said he found a box of the old black and white Tales from the Crypt hardcovers in a shop just a few months ago. Got a good deal on it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I wish, because Dark Horse does, like, has the license to do the reprints now. And, man, I wish they would do them in black and white. They do them in not the best color.
Michael earlier had said, honey, that he needed some inking instructions. You got any tips while you do this?
Not really. I don't know, like I didn't really even jump in here with a real good strategy. Mostly just that I wanted to practice inking with a nib a little more.
Because it's been a while?
Mostly because I've been enjoying it a lot. that EC story I did was probably like I don't know, 75% nib. And it was really fun. I like I don't know, when the nib works well, it's like so great. I forgot that the paper that came with this book is like kind of crappy.
Is it better for nibs or brushes?
I think it's better for brushes. It's just a little bit like the nib scratches the surface a little bit, and which breaks up the fibers. Mm-hmm. At least this is what it feels like. And then the ink just gets a little bit
bumpy.
Yeah, like it bleeds just a little bit. Let's see what we get with a brush.
Pippi's Fallout piece that he did, he used all nib.
Oh, I noticed that I saw that on BlueSky. It looked red.
I'm going to unscrew my mason jar to get some water. I bet you the mic's going to pick it up. If I can unscrew the lid. That was loud. Think you're going to stick with brush now?
For the time being.
Just hydrating right now, Keith. I don't have any room to do anything but just look at my laptop. I have about a foot amount of table space here, and then like a foot and a half wide. That's it. Not enough room. And then you'd get two of us not talking.
It's a cat hair.
Phoebe says, I could see Michael Whalen doing a good Conan. Not sure if he's ever done one. Who's Michael Whalen?
I'm not remembering what his work looks like.
Looks like he does a lot of fantasy stuff.
I wonder if I would do a good Conan. I like Conan good enough.
Pippi says Michael is the Elric guy. That still doesn't. It's done some cover work for Brandon Sanderson and Stephen King and Ray Bradbury.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what that is.
And Meatloaf and the Jacksons.
You do even better with Conan's bad guys. Maybe.
Hippie. I don't even know what deities and demigods is, and I feel like it's probably some D&D related thing.
It is deities and demigods, D&D.
That's true.
Man, this guy's
and I'm
clothes
shaming myself for not knowing.
are very vague.
Maybe they're sheer. Oh, I recognize the cover of Deities and Demigods. I have seen it, never touched it. And it is a D&D thing. Maybe he's got a Logan's Run tunic thing on.
He's like absolutely teabagging Conan.
Oh no. Edie says, "We won't tell anyone. Mum's the word." Okay. No one will ever know. Oh, Dylan's got some wildlife talk. He's seen a decent amount of young rabbits recently.
Oh.
Cute.
I saw a big old deer today.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day too, like usually they're like early morning, or actually they're usually a morning thing. But it was around like 1:30.
Ed can't promise that he won't say he saw Conan being teabagged on this stream.
If this gets out, Conan is going to be so embarrassed.
Nah. He can handle it.
What is best in life? Being teabagged in public.
Do not teabag shame me. Bye, Crom. Oh, Keith. Keith gave a presentation to 9th and 10th graders. Did you read that?
No.
On careers in art design today.
Oh.
And he said it was a train wreck. He's not.
Oh no.
He wasn't prepared to be a public speaker today. It just takes practice, Keith. Although I say that and I don't want to be a public speaker anymore. I had my time with it and I think I'm done. But I had to practice and practice and practice. I would have my presentation ready like 2 weeks in advance so that my brain wouldn't freeze when I was in the middle of doing a presentation. And I would have notes with me. And then I would do the thing that voiceover actors do. On the way there, I would be doing my voice exercises. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. And I would pump myself up singing really loud in the car. Remember, honey?
Mm-hmm. I know I sat through many speech prep.
Yep. I bet you that they got something out of it, though. You spoke to somebody out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't. The thing about stuff like that is that the stuff that you think. Well, I mean,
I'm
you
way more
didn't
critical on
describe
myself.
how things went off the rails, but 90% of the time, it's like it might bother you, but the people watching don't even notice.
Hi, Alex. Good to see you. Hey, Stacy. Stacy logged on. First thing they hear is you saying about teabagging.
That's what we're here for.
And Hero's here too, with a neighborhood that's been overrun with wild rabbits. Keith, you have a 5-minute presentation in 2 minutes? Oh no, Keith, that your brain did freeze. I see that you said you had everything you wanted to say in your head before, but as soon as you went to talk, it all went away. That is my problem every day of my life.
Yeah, I actually I get that on stream all the time. Like, just sitting here, like the thing where I can't remember anybody's names. I swear to God, like I'm not good at remembering everybody's names in real life, but on
But
the
as soon as the
stream,
stream ends, then it comes to you.
yep.
Yeah, I get performance anxiety. Conan almost has Liefeld eyes. Pippi says almost.
What are Liefeld eyes?
I'm not sure. They have lots of pockets
And no
and
feet.
straps.
But I don't know about. I've never really noticed Liefeld's eyes.
I'm gonna look it up. Either that Liefeld's eyes means his own personal eyes, or the way that he draws eyes. I will find out. Very tiny and beady. Very tiny eyes. He has a distinct eye in drawing eyes. ED says, aren't they just a couple of parallel lines? They are tiny beady eyes. It's repeated, and some of them are pretty far apart. Like, I wouldn't shame anybody for having eyes like this, but it is a very repeated.
Very distinctive.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about, Pippi. Dylan's asking about the Doctor Who episodes. There were 2 episodes for you to watch, Dylan, and I won't give anything away.
I will say there's more singing than I expected. I didn't really even watch them. I was just sort of.
That's in the 2nd episode. There is singing.
There was singing in 2 different episodes.
Oh, that was the first one. I don't think there's any singing in the Space Baby episode.
No, there's singing.
In the Space Baby one?
The one where they go up in that airship, they sang a bunch, and then
That's not the Space Baby one.
no, and then the one right after that. I didn't watch it close enough to be able to describe it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was the one with that was full of babies, the spaceship full of babies. Yeah, they sang in that one.
Really? I don't remember that at all. I know they sang in the Devil's Chord, the last episode, the most recent episode. That is definitely a singing episode. Edie is loving it. I will say, for the Space Baby episode, if you're like me and you don't like looking at people with filters on their faces, then you may not like the seeing Space Babies talk may feel a little bit uncomfortable. It was very hard for me to look past and just listen to the story.
Because there's a thing where they used real babies, but then did like CG mouths
the
on
mouths
them.
and that made me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I guess he does have a good singing voice. Tugboat, the new Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, the new Doctor Who himself, Shudigatwa, he's amazing. He's maybe my favorite Doctor Who. I'll have to think about that, but he's on up there. Oh, I think Ed agrees with the CG mouths talking. They were terrible. Keith, yes, more Shudigatwa is my favorite above Tennant and Smith. Yep. That's personal taste kind of thing, but yeah. Wait, Pippi talking Pippi jumped in to say his guns are always pointed in a weird direction. Whose guns? Oh, Liefeld.
Liefeld's, yeah.
Yeah. He does make some anatomy choices that I wouldn't make.
I think it's an unpopular opinion, but my feeling about Liefeld is that the choices he makes are kind of similar to Jack Kirby.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, I agree.
It's like he's not drawing things to be literal. He's just like trying to draw things to be the coolest thing you could look at that moment. The difference is that like they're coming from a completely different perspective of what's cool. Like Liefeld's version of what's cool is like a 14-year-old in 1992.
Mm-hmm.
And Kirby's is like a 14-year-old in 1932 or something. I don't know.
I don't know how true it is, but he looks really free with his drawings to me. It looks like he might do them quickly and not be using reference.
100% not using reference.
Yeah. And Tugboat, I think it's got to be canon that Conan does his own bangs with his sword. Stacy loves Kirby anatomy. I love Kirby clothes and machinery too.
Yeah, I did not understand Kirby for a long time. And it wasn't until I was in my 30s that I sort of I picked up some of those black and white reprints of Fantastic Four, and sort of seeing those let me understand his work for the first time.
And I can't remember if, like, shortly afterwards, you were showing me Kirby stuff too, and at first, I wasn't a fan, but just reading a few more books, and I really, really got into it. I wonder. I want to say I finally was able to suspend my disbelief, but I don't know if that's like I was able to let go of my, but that's not how things work
Yeah.
kind of thing. Maybe. Dylan says over the years, uh, he's seen videos on comic books throughout history, and he's so glad he missed the 90s art. WTF.
Yeah, I kind of like bounced on comics a little bit
In the 90s.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, like in the early 90s and sort of the mid 90s, I got back into it, but I got more into like, that's when Paul Pope was first starting to do a lot of stuff. And that was he was one of the creators that got me back into comics.
Edie's liking your line weights.
Thanks. So I could zoom out just a smidge. Feels like it's going pretty fast too, which is surprising because there's like so much going on here.
Do I see you turning your brush to keep the point straight?
Yes.
Pointy?
That's exactly what I do. You can kind of get flattened, or sometimes the brushes or the bristles will separate a little bit. And if you rotate,
then you get a sharp point again.
Yeah, you can get the point back.
Keith says, and I'm assuming he's talking about Liefeld again. When they were auctioning that Captain America piece, that's what makes me think it's Liefeld. They had a high res version that you could zoom in, and Keith's saying that the line work was really nice for it. It's really well done.
Yeah, did Liefeld ink that though?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, Tugboat. I wonder about Paul Pope too. Like, it seems like he started on that Battling Boy book and just like hasn't finished it or something. I saw something a couple months ago saying that it would be done soon, the second Battling Boy book, but I don't remember where I saw that or what the context was. It's kind of a bummer. Like, I feel like he used to be like super prolific, and now like yeah, I don't know what he does. I got to meet him in I guess it was Spain. I think it was the year before the pandemic started. 2019 or 2018 or something. He's living an artist's life. Yeah, I hope he's doing what he wants. I hope it's like yeah, I hope he's just doing whatever he wants to do.
So I was looking up, and I think Liefeld does his own inking work, at least most of the time.
Oh, interesting. That kind of surprises me, to be honest.
I could be wrong, but all I could find was stuff talking about him inking. Hello, Guillermo.
Hey, Guillermo. Thanks for popping by.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dylan. We're here to be relaxing.
Comic book cool down. When you're done with this, I want to compare it to the other ones again. I want to look at the other drawings again.
The other inking examples?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to finish this tonight.
It's probably.
I think like the
It
Jack
usually
Kirby
takes
one
you a
took
couple of
me a
times,
couple
yeah.
nights. I love this little section. I'm really happy with how this area looks. There's something with like these blobby shapes, and then sort of the way the forms are melting together a little bit. That's so fun to me. Look at that. Can you see the brush split, and now I have a double line there. Oh.
It looked like when you were doing the nib that there were some times that you were making the nib split.
Definitely. That's how you get a fatter line.
Not a double line?
No, because the ink like keeps its surface tension between the two tines.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
I'm glad you could make it.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you're doing good.
Well, we're glad you're here. You made it just in time.
Hey, and Comic Strips is here.
Hi.
Conan, never heard of him.
I have been fighting so hard not to call him Conan.
Conan, like Conan O'Brien.
When you and I talk about him, I do that as a joke, but I've been having to really focus to make sure I say Conan.
Yeah, for everyone just joining, I'm inking a piece out of this book, which is very fun book about inking, and then it has blue line pages in the back. And I'm working on a John Buscema Conan.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
It's a good book.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of books on comic book inking, and I love when they show. I mean, I've talked about my favorite book on comics is that Working Methods book that Tomorrow's put out, and I love seeing because they do a similar thing where they show. So in this book, they show different people inking the same page as a comparison, and then in Working Methods, they have different artists working from the same script.
Bye, Keith.
And you get to see.
Have a good weekend.
See you, Keith.
Sorry, honey.
So you get to see how just different artists approach different problems, and that stuff is great.
Oh. Keith says he's not leaving.
Steve has just put out an announcement. He isn't able to pay the bills with his art anymore. Oh, geez, that poor guy. Any Tom Palmer examples? Yeah, there are.
I did see a Tom Palmer one in there.
Let's see. Is it? Because he's listed Tom Palmer, but which one is he? Gary Martin.
And Chris is asking if you have a favorite inker.
A favorite inker? I don't know if I really do. Like, I think I almost always feel like when artists ink themselves, stuff looks better.
What about this one that's over the chair? This artist.
Oh yeah, well, Nestor Redondo.
Nestor Redondo, yeah.
He inks himself, so it's hard to like. Here's a Tom Palmer page. There we go. I don't know if it comes across on the screen very well. This is a great book because then, like, you know, he describes his process a little bit, and you can read how each inker approaches a page differently. Very good book. They have a bunch of different editions of this. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th edition. but I don't know where to find that info. It's on there somewhere. Rudy Nebres. You know, I'm not remembering Rudy Nebres. Is that how you say his name? I'm not remembering his work off the top of my head. But if he's one of those, where are those guys from? Another one of those on-stream brain farts where they speak Tagalog, and where Nestor Redondo's from.
Oh, Philippines?
Yeah, Philippines. Those guys are, that whole Philippine crew from the 70s were amazing. There we go, Philippines Invasion. Yeah. Did you ever do a show on those comic tropes? On the Philippines Invasion? Because if you haven't, that would be a good topic. Oh, you did? Okay, then.
We'll have to look
We'll have
through
to
the
look it
archive.
up.
There's some Conan jokes going on that I have lost track of. So, but people are having a good time.
The Brush Comics Tropes is a Rosemary and Company Series 99 size 0. And these guys are handmade in England, and they're really good and they're really affordable. I tend to go through like a half a dozen brushes a year, and so I buy these. I usually buy them 10 at a time, and it lasts me for a long time. But I think they're like $7 a piece or something, and they're really good. I mean, they're not 100%. Like I've gotten a couple that just weren't, like, out of the box, were just not good. But like I've bought those Winsor Newton Series 7s, and of the 3 of those that I've bought, only one of them was any good.
Oh no.
And those are like $25 a piece or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's a UJS dealer in Arizona, I think. Oh, there probably is. Like I ordered them on the website, and they come. They used to take like 2 or 3 weeks to come, but nowadays they come in a little less than a week, I think. So order. Yeah, I order them directly from the website, Keith. How do you feel about inkers that leave the white halo thing around the characters?
You do.
Yeah, I love that. I think the people who do that are geniuses, because I do that. No, I think it's fine. Like I think it can be done in a way that feels very not really mechanical, but it feels a little bit
Unnatural.
yeah, kind of
Distracting?
unnatural feeling. And it makes it yeah, it makes it feel like it just doesn't fit with the, like it sort of separates the world from itself, if that makes any kind of sense.
I see you're doing it a little bit for Conan, but not for any of the background characters.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm doing the thing where I'm not quite touching these lines to Conan all the way around, which helps, which is, you know, effectively the same thing as leaving a white halo, but a little bit more natural feeling, I think.
It's making him pop a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris missed the announcement about you writing a story. Because he asks, I love watching
Oh,
you make art, but when are you going to write again?
I am. Well, I am working on the next Lonesome Hunters, but very, very slowly because Dark Horse hasn't approved it yet. Um, so if you talk to anyone at Dark Horse, tell them to get on that. But I did just write a story for the EC books that Oni Press just announced. So I wrote a 6-page story for
Epitaph,
Epitaph
from the Abyss number
from
2.
the Abyss, number 2, August 21st. That was very, very fun. Oh, Tula's upstairs, probably just napping.
Tips must be too. They might be coming down soon because I forgot to feed them early, so they're gonna want to get fed at 8. Yeah, both of them are being very quiet.
Yeah, they are suspiciously quiet.
I don't know when Tula Pants is gonna come down again. Her back legs are getting very, very tired lately. She's a medium-sized dog who I think this year is gonna be 16.
Yeah. Yeah, the last couple times we've brought her down the stairs, it's been I had to carry her.
Yeah.
She's just a really old little puppy dog.
Yep. Oh, Dylan's asking about if the chickens liked their song tonight. I didn't tuck them in today. I asked if mom dad could do it, and so they tucked them in. I'll have to ask if they sing the song for them.
I kind of doubt it.
Yeah. Conan is brooding, just like a chicken.
I don't know if it's just like a chicken. Very similar though.
Tugboat Tula does still tap dance. Maybe we'll start hearing it in a few minutes. Conan does need the lullaby. Maybe that's what that person's playing on the what is that thing called? Is that a lute?
Maybe.
On their fancy pregnant guitar.
This guy that I'm inking off screen is a wreck.
Oh wow. Conan is sad that his jug is empty. And the guy on the lute is playing Stairway to Heaven. That's why Conan's sad. Comic Trips says, I'm impressed with how Buscema laid this out. It looks super busy, but it's less than a dozen figures. Really?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And it's like I presume I don't know what this was originally penciled for. My guess was that this is there would be some lettering up top here too. So it's like I don't know. Yeah, it's really smartly put together. Big foreground element to eat up a bunch of space. A bunch of like sort of just blank space to put lettering.
Chris, you need to add Optimus Prime to this. You're really good at it.
Man, I don't know. I don't know if I could draw Optimus Prime. I think I would like get really sick of it real quick. Like he's a cool character, but just robots in general are not my forte. Straight lines are not what I'm really good at.
You just need to do an action one where it's very swoopy lines.
Yeah. Yeah, somehow uh, Jesus Christ.
You remembered someone's name?
Daniel Warren Johnston.
Okay.
Does a really good robots without like being too concerned with straight lines. But I don't know if I could really pull that off.
Keith says use a fisheye lens view for more curvy lines.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You can only get away with that so long, though.
Chris says the character with their back to us.
This guy?
There's like,
really
yes, that
good
guy.
Black and white contrast. Oh, or are you talking about this guy?
Oh.
That guy's got some nice shadows on him.
Yep. I bet you that was to help make Conan pop. I bet too.
If you colored this, what sort of palette would you give it? That's an interesting question. If I were to paint this, I would probably be very yellow and brown. I think to because it's sort of a candlelight. It's like he's in this dark tavern. It's been lit by these like poorly conceived torches bolted to the wooden walls.
Oh my goodness. Very close to the beam.
Very close to the ceiling beams. Yeah, I think I would probably, actually what I would probably do is I might do like a yellowy brown area here and then do sort of like Conan and these two in like a blue, like a cooler color tone to have that just to separate
that contrast.
The two. It would make it feel like Conan is a little more alone in this bar where everybody's partying, but he's just brooding.
So Keith pointed out that the guy behind Conan that's in shadow, that's Shredder. And then Pippi said I think it's the guy to the far right that has the mug that dangling from his finger. He looks very Bernie Wrightson.
Oh, he does look like a Bernie Wrightson guy. This is like very confusing right here. So at first I thought this little detail, like right in here, was part of like a banister, like what this guy is leaning on. But I think that's another soldier like this guy. I think this is like his helmet.
Yeah.
Like he's behind the server guy. And then like I don't know what this little bit of business is. Like it looks like it was drawn very intentionally, but it's not any sort of recognizable object.
Edie thought it was a cat's ear.
A cat's ear?
Yeah. Like that's a cat person, maybe?
Yeah, I don't really know what to do with some of this stuff.
Is there anything going on below Conan? Like
Not
the rest
really.
of the page?
You can't even see his legs there. It's just these beefy table legs. This table itself is really beefy. Like that's 2-inch lumber right there. That's what you need to hold up your giant biceps, I guess.
Tugboat said, "Who stole Conan's legs?"
I like the way Buscema designed this lady, though. She's like more middle-aged looking.
And a middle-aged dude.
And a middle-aged dude. Like I don't think there's a. I think most comic artists would just go straight to trying to draw the hottest chick they could conceive of.
A 20-something.
A 20-something. But we all know that the hottest people are 50-somethings.
Chris is saying she isn't the hottest chick. She is pretty hot. Dylan wants to call Conan Huncules. Hello, Noel.
Hi, Noel. Celia Cruz. I have to look that up.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Celia Cruz is pretty hot.
I gotta see a hot person.
I'll flip it around. Find a good picture. You might find before me, though.
Oh, yeah, kinda. I gotta see a hot person, the Tyler Crook story.
Look in the mirror, Tugboat said. Dylan and Tugboat. Keith says she needs a mole on her chin. She's got one like right
She's got
below.
on her cheek right here.
Yeah.
Boop. Every time I reach over here and do something, I should show you what I'm doing. I have this piece of paper off to the side. And I have to constantly, I almost did it over where I'm used to doing it. I have to constantly put the brush down and then I sort of roll it in my, as I drag it along, and it forms the tip of my brush. Like it makes it into a nice
sharp
point. So sometimes I'll be going along and then the point will sort of disappear on me and I have to reach over and give it a little spin.
If Conan had a mustache, what style would it be? Pencil? Big old mutton chops? Well, the mutton chops aren't like a mustache though. A Lemmy?
You know, I always assumed that he could not grow a beard.
Why would you assume that? Oh, because he doesn't have any chest on his shoulders or back or chest.
Yeah, because he's a hairless dude. I always thought it was like
with his big giant sword.
Well, I thought it was more like Native American. Like there's a lot of Native American people who don't grow beards. I think most. Okay. Well, I don't know. North or South America, both.
That's why he's brooding. He can't grow a beard. He really wants one. A Tom Selleck mustache, like Chris. Keith thinks he should go the ZZ route top. ZZ top route. I mixed up those two words. Hi, Bo.
Bo V, hey, how you doing?
Oh my gosh, Keith. Uses beard as an extra appendage to swing the sword.
like the
Ice King.
Like the guy in the Skittles commercials.
Oh.
Oh my god. That'd be a good Conan story actually, is a witch curses him with like a cursed beard.
Hello, plainclothes man.
Plainclothes man, how you doing? Oh, thanks for confirming that. As I was saying it, I was like, oh shit, am I like repeating a racist trope? Good taste.
The more you ink her, the more she does look like 60s. Like a 60s diva.
I wonder when this was actually drawn. Like this could have been drawn in the 70s.
Pippi is saying Buscema probably slammed this out in an hour? That's so much work for an hour.
I don't know. Well, maybe he could have done it in an hour. He was really good and really fast.
I'm looking up to see if I can figure out which book this page is from.
Oh, it just occurred to me, like, I don't think Dark Horse would be able to reprint this book anymore now that they don't have the Conan license.
Is everything else in there something that Dark Horse has done?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that there's a lot of ghost pages, which is a character that Dark Horse owns, I
Oh.
think. I think they own Ghost and like Barbed Wire and The Mask and stuff like that. I think those are the company owned characters.
You want to hand me the book and I'll see if it says in the book where that comes from? Thank you.
Good and fast. Oh, this page was originally inked by the Crusty Bunkers. In other words, mystery inkers to hit the deadline. Yeah, the Crusty Bunkers were the Marvel bullpen guys in the 70s and early 80s, I guess.
Jeez, Chris, I'm so impressed. You're so fast. Issue 45 from 1974.
There we go.
It's the year you were born.
Yeah.
Neil Adams
Oh,
crew.
was that the Neil Adams crew? What was the what were they called when Herb Trimpe was there? They had a similar name if he wasn't part of the Crusty Bunkers. This guy's pretty fun with his long flowing mane.
Yeah.
Short on top, aka bald.
Still works for him.
Mm-hmm. I love how her fingers disappear in his hair. Yeah. Really good, like, interlocking forms. Ralph Reese, Larry Hama, Walt Simonson are all Crusty Bunkers. And Hama edited the Conan magazine, so he probably stepped in. Oh. Bald on top, party in the back. He's trying to party everywhere tonight.
Bo has Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time song stuck in his head.
I vaguely remember that.
Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. I like to, or she liked to party. Somebody liked to too.
I think I'm gonna try to wrap up these two characters and then call it a night. I like this guy's like really
Thin beard,
actually
or is it
he's
just
got
shade lines?
I think that's supposed to be shade lines. I started working on it like it's beard, but he's like got a goatee here.
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
it's like his chin.
Okay. Yeah, there is nothing boring about this page. This is a fun page.
Okay, but I gotta kind of make sense of the lines that I already made. I think I'm gonna make this.
Those could stay like little muttons.
Yeah.
Vogue by Madonna playing. I did do some karaoke singing today. I got a karaoke machine from a thrift store. And it's broken except for the microphones. And then I just put on YouTube a karaoke song and sing along. I sang almost the entire soundtrack of Phantom of the Paradise. Paul Williams songs from that movie. And it makes me want to watch the movie again. I did sing some 80s songs. He usually karaoke's Tom Petty and Tom Waits.
Who does?
You.
Not really Tom Waits.
That's too low? I thought you had done some Tom Waits stuff.
I maybe have, but like I don't know if that's my go-to
Johnny
or anything.
Cash.
Probably some Johnny Cash.
Sparks. This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Sparks is fun, but really, really hard to sing.
That is really hard. Ugh, Mr. Cash the Goth Cowboy. Dylan.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good description. I mean, he did Nine Inch Nails covers.
That's true. But he did it good.
I think he did okay. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it.
I liked his Nick Cave song.
Yeah, the Mercy Seat.
Mercy Seat, yeah. Pippi bartends at a punk rock bar, and every Tuesday was punk rock karaoke. So you've sung billions of songs. Nice. What's your favorite? What do you feel most relaxed singing, Pippi? Oh, good night, Alex. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for dropping by, Alex. Take it easy.
Chris is gonna go sing a flawless rendition of "Do You Hear What I Hear" and some Christmas songs. Nice.
That would. I've never tried doing Christmas songs at karaoke. That would be very, like, aggressively weird.
If you did it at a bar
In like July.
in July, I wonder how many people would just get irate. Some people really want people to sing perfect songs for karaoke. I never was like that. As long as people are having fun, I think it's fun. Oh, Pippi has seen Billy Idol's Eyes Without a Face. That one is a fun one to sing. I do like singing Billy Idol songs. I should put that on my next karaoke search. Dylan would pick a early Katy Perry song or a love song by Taylor Swift. Maybe some Fleetwood Mac. Yep.
And I feel like back when we were doing a ton of karaoke, Taylor Swift didn't come up very often.
No, she wasn't. Last time, I mean, we did that before the pandemic. She wasn't quite as popular.
It's been probably 5 years since we went out and sang karaoke.
Yeah. Kelly says Neil Diamond's "Solitary Man" is her jam.
Oh my gosh, there's a cover by it's either by the Crooked Fingers or by the lead singer of the Crooked Fingers, whose name is escaping me right now. They do a cover of Solitary Man that is really, really good. It's like banjo and tuba, which you would sort of sounds funny, but put them together and it's amazing.
Plainclothes Man would sing Eddie Murphy's "Party All the Time" song.
There you go.
Keith's is
Number of the Beast.
Nice.
Little Weezer. Superdrag.
Oh, Pixies. That's one of the songs that we like to
sing. Oh, yeah.
Or not one of the songs.
One of the
several
bands.
of the songs, yeah. Lots of song no one knows. You have sung like Sex Pistols before, but not like regularly.
I don't know if I have in karaoke.
Okay.
So I've done like Iggy Pop, like Iggy and the Stooges songs, but those actually turn out to be really bad karaoke songs because they're like the same two lines over and over and over.
Yeah. Dylan's dad has been listening to a lot of old country, like Dolly Parton songs, and she does a lot of covers, but they're good.
Man, I have been listening to. Well, I've been listening to a lot of '60s like music, but I've also been listening to a lot of like labor songs, like.
Oh yeah.
1920s and 30s union labor songs. Those are very, very satisfying.
Yep. Crystal sing.
They're pretty country.
Axel F by Harold Faltmeyer.
A really good karaoke song is that Danger, danger,
Oh,
high
yeah.
voltage.
Yes. Oh, geez, what is it? I think the song is probably High Voltage.
I think it's called High Voltage, but what's the band name? I can't remember now.
Electric something.
Electric Six?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Rhinestone Cowboy. Oh, that would be a good karaoke song.
Would
You know, Sweet Caroline is a really great karaoke song.
It's a really popular one, too.
It's like you can get everyone in a bar singing along with that.
Yeah. Do the call and response. Dylan does some car karaoke to No Doubt. Keith does same thing with Pixies. Pixies are a lot of fun to sing. Bo, last time Bo did karaoke was when he was in the States. And he doesn't remember what songs he butchered. Tugboat, the harder they come, the harder they fall. Dylan says, don't fear the Reaper. Chris sings the Star Wars theme.
Dun 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 dun.
Leia gave
I guess
it
that's
lyrics
the...
in a holiday special, he says.
Oh, that's right.
Love on the Rocks by Neil Diamond. Don't Stop Believing. I do enjoy singing Bohemian Rhapsody. I Don't Stop Believing would be fun.
Don't stop.
Should give that a try.
Believing.
Y'all are inspiring me to look up to find a lot of these on YouTube. Edie says, I've never done karaoke, but if I do, I'd do a Tom Waits retrospective, imitating his voice. Awesome.
That would be really fun. I wouldn't be able to, like, if I tried to sing like Tom Waits, I would be hoarse for weeks afterwards.
The Love and Spoonful. Yeah. I can't remember some of the songs right now, so I'm looking it up.
16 Shells from a 30-06. That would be a good song. I like, my favorite Tom Waits album is the Black Rider. There's some really good...
Oh.
There'd be some really good karaoke songs with that.
Do You Believe in Magic is Love and Spoonful. Yeah. Aw. Dylan says Dolly's I Will Always Love You makes him think about his mom. Chris is gonna get on stage and sing the Baby Shark song. Folks love it. Credence. You sing Credence.
Oh, yeah.
Karaoke. There's a Norteño. I may be pronouncing that terribly. A Norteño band that does some great covers of MCR's Black Parade and Smith's This Trying Man. I think they're called Easy Band. Tugboat is back to the art. Tugboat is asking if you're going to do white highlights on this, do you think?
Maybe. When I do that, I usually save it all for the end. All right.
Comic Trips wants to know if you're going to sing Ice Ice Baby.
No. No, I'm not. There we go. Well, that's what I got done tonight. I was saying that it was going really fast, but now when I zoom out, it doesn't seem like I inked too much. Well, I don't know, hour and a half. It's not too bad. We'll see. Maybe I can finish this up next week. That was fun. This is actually a really fun piece. Like I went through the book just before we started the stream, and I was like, I'll do one of these, and just picked the one at the end. But this is great. Buscema is just so good.
Yeah.
Like every single one of these figures, like even the ones that are like, well, like this guy, I think his hand is like way too big. And I feel like there's something wrong with this hand, but I haven't quite figured out how to do it right yet. But yeah, just all of these characters are really good. Know that I will always love you slightly weird because Whitney's song is connected to a romantic love, but Dolly's voice sounds like all versions of love. Mm-hmm. I think, Dylan, Dolly Parton wrote that for her ex-manager when she fired him.
I remember that, yeah.
I think that was like specifically what that song was about. So I think it was sort of about a platonic love. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dylan. Thanks, Comics Tropes. Yeah, Pippi, lots of action on that page. There's like, yeah, there's just like everybody's doing something real specific. And it's nice. It feels very lively.
Mm-hmm. It does. And crowded.
Yeah. Yeah, it smells, it seems like it smells bad in there.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it has not been cleaned. And you have not drawn any dirt, but it just doesn't feel like it gets washed very often.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for your Friday night.
Did the mics work well?
Yeah, I'm really excited to actually go put this on the TV and see what it sounds like.
Yeah, me too.
I hope everybody has a great weekend and a great next week. Great mics. Thank you, Kelly.
Tell the people you love that you love them.
And I love all you guys.
Have a great weekend, everybody. It's good seeing you. Nice hanging out.
Peace out, everybody.
Thank you for the birthday wish.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget to hit the like button.
Oh, I didn't do that yet. I did it now.